The Goodfellas, we back. Sunday boxing talk. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. I got my main man with me, Big Bro, boxing first vlog in the building. What's going on, good brother?
It's good with you, pimping. How you feeling, Playboy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gonna wait a couple minutes to get some of the soldiers in. A couple shout outs before we get started, man. Big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend. Out here moving and shaking out here in these streets, man. Big shout out to him. Got the interviews definitely pumping. Go subscribe to Ty Finney, the legend, man. Ty, if you listening, if you can drop the link to your YouTube in the chat, that would be awesome. Big shout out to VP Shane as usual. That's little bro. Big shout out to him running around out there in the UK and all that good stuff. Big shout out to VP Shane. We are in here with the comments early. Adari Pennant, big shout out to you. He said Big Bang Zhang versus Martin Bacoli. 2, Joseph Parker versus Caballel. Dillian White versus Gerald Miller on the same card would be great in China. That's a loaded card for one.
Can I jump just on number 3? I prefer Wilder take that opportunity. He has been offered a couple names from over there from Sheiky Turkey Ali. So see what he do with that. But definitely I preferred White and Wilder before Gerald Miller. Just saying.
Big Bang Zhang and Bacoli Pennant. I ain't gonna lie.
Let's talk about that, man. I think Zhang and not Bacoli as yet. I need one more from Bacoli, but Zhang definitely deserves a title opportunity. Let's stop beating around the bush. Let's get this man a title opportunity. Obviously, getting older. Come on now. Don't do that to that man. Let's get that man a title opportunity.
Yeah, I think Zhang definitely deserves a shot. Pennant, I'm not mad at your fight selections. I'm not mad at it. With it being in China, I think Zhang has a big enough momentum now to where I think he can. I
don't know if China is like Japan when it comes to boxing. That's
exactly where I was getting at. I think Zhang,
they're more MMA over there.
Say it again.
They're more MMA on the Chinese combat sports side. Like they're more MMA from what
I would say this. That's one of them situations you would have to give if you're gonna have Big Bang Zhang headline in the joint, giving them a home game. You got to give that first fight a trial run. You got to see how, you got to see the response that he get. Is he going to pack the house? Things like that. And then if he can prove that he can pack the house, then maybe you might put together a better card with Zhang headlining. But if Zhang doesn't get the title shot, I'm all for Zhang getting the home game. I'm all for guys getting home games when they got the momentum going. So I'm not.
But a home game that tough though. I don't think he.
I don't agree. I don't agree with Bacoli in his hometown. That's almost like disrespectful. Like, you know what I mean? Like he should deserve a bone being thrown at him before you get a Bacoli fight. Like Bacoli's not an easy out for anyone in the top 10. Period. It's just because of his fighting style, what he's bringing to the table. That's a tough opponent, bro. That's a tough opponent. But Penny, I'm not mad at those selections. I just wouldn't put all of that on the same card in China. But just to kind of round that out, the Dillian White fight.
That'd be sick to have an all heavyweight card. That'd just be sick. That'd be sick.
Didn't Turkey pull that off though? Well, no, it wasn't the whole card. It was most of it.
Oh, just recently?
Yeah, the one with Wilder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was mostly heavyweights, but it wasn't. But it would have been good to have, like a whole good 8-10 fight all heavyweights. Kind of see the future. Kind of see, who hanging on from the current, type of situation. instead of just kind of mixing and matching the already guys we already know.
Yeah, Pennant, I would say this. I like the names that you put on there. The thing that's crazy, I would probably match all of those guys up with somebody different. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not mad at what you put up there, but I would probably match all of them up against somebody different. You know what I mean? But not that wouldn't be bad at all. Like I would borderline pay for that. Little small little coin. I'll borderline pay for that. But Zhang and Bakoli's two of the hottest heavyweights in the game right now. I mean, you got to give it to them. Like, you definitely got to give it to them. But Pennant, big shout out to you. Big shout out to everybody that's listening. Just tradition for us. If you can hear us, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear us clear, put a 1 in the chat. And let us know you in the building. Say what's up. You know what I mean? We got 5 people up in here. So just put a 1 in the chat. Say what's up. If you have any questions, definitely send them in. Got my main man in here, Brennan Smith. He said, hey, people, Brennan Smith, big shout out to you, bro. That's family right there. Pennant said we are loud and clear. That's what's up. DM3 in the building. Big shout out to DM3. Definitely family for sure. He said, I'm tapped in family. Big shout out to you, bro. Big shout out to you. Listen, we are going to cover, because we're not going to be on here too long, but we definitely got to cover this top ranked card from last night. And Billy got a decision victory over Derevianchenko. Derevianchenko came in with his hard hat like he usually does. And he went the full distance, and Billy did what he had to do to win that fight. I think it was to be expected, but definitely Derevianchenko's that guy. You got to go see Derevianchenko if you're trying to prove that you're like a top guy. Like, if you're a top guy, you should beat a Derevianchenko at this point.
Can we be honest? He didn't prove he's a top guy to me.
Well,
he did not prove that.
Well, let me rephrase.
I'm just saying, you're right. You're right. I'm saying my conclusions from your statement isn't he didn't do that last night. He got the win, but in that win, to me, he didn't prove that he could step in there against a Plant, Canelo, them type of guys and show out. Because if you look at it, them type of guys are better boxers at this stage in their career than Derevianchenko. And Derevianchenko, via injury, had way too much success. So,
as far as Billy go, just where do you like him as a fighter? Like, what's your thoughts on him just as a fighter? Like,
I think he's marketable. You know what I mean? It definitely has to build international savoir faire with him going on, African, French connection, Canada based now. So he's definitely a guy that you can put in the picture, but talent wise, I don't think he's over that hump just yet, bro. His footwork, terrible. He's a guy that doesn't use the jab very well either. So now you're fighting somewhat, let's say you put him in there with a Plant, a guy that has a little bit of movement to him, that can get out of the way of that overhand and pop you with a 1-2, make you look bad. Because Derevianchenko had great moments in that fight, and he had a busted arm and went the distance. And this is supposed to be muscle. This is supposed to be a mechanical machine coming at you, a Terminator. He looked the part, but again, he has that false power. You know what I mean? It's that Tim Bradley type of power. These dudes do a lot of push-ups, but they ain't got no knockout ability. So, you know what I mean? He's a grinder type of dude. You got to stay in front of him for him to beat you up. I said that in my video. So if y'all go back, tap into my video, I broke this fight down, I mean, excellently, and called it. It went the way my call figured it would. I figured it'd go the distance because of Derevianchenko's ability to move, get out the way, and absorb shots the way he does. You know what I'm saying? So I just like I said, the fight went the way I was expected. I got Billy on a win too. I got a little change back from some earlier losses, and Billy came through and went the distance and got the win. So it's a good fight. It was a good fight though.
Do you think Billy's like, where you think his cap at? Like top 15, maybe? You think he can get into the top 10? Where do you think
he's definitely in the top 10 based on the fact that he has a solid promotion with his promotion. Eye of the Tiger, they big Canada promotion, but now they're They got a connection to the other side of the border with Top Rank now. So he's definitely a guy that's top 10 potential. And then you got to look, 168 is not that deep. So he's definitely a top 10er. And he's undefeated. So, and he got a couple straps. So you got to give him the respect that he's due. But I'm just saying, based on his ability, looking at other guys that are ahead of him in the top 10, it's going to be hard for him to get over that hump unless he somehow works on his power, bro, because he has the ability to hurt you, but I don't know if he's not hitting people in the right spot. He needs more chin connections to get that KO, because he rocked Derevianchenko a couple times, but he could never finish him because like I said, he looks scary, but is he really scary?
I mean, you got to credit Derevianchenko too. He give everybody a hard night at the office. You know,
no doubt about that.
Big shout out to Tommy Dokes, man. Definitely family in the building, man. He said, "What's up? What did you think of him, Billy? Derevianchenko was about to be 39, been through wars, and from round 4 on, had a torn bicep, only allowing him to use one arm. Doesn't Billy even beat Iglesias?" That's a good.
Oh, hell no.
That's a I don't think
Iglesias. Iglesias has way better movement. He would have the ability to punch down at him, Billy. A guy whose footwork won't get him out of any danger. He's not a guy that shows you he has the extras as far as tying up, spinning guys around, defensive things that'll help keep him out of danger against a puncher like Iglesias. So, that's not a fight I'd rush for. I'd go after Plant before I go after Iglesias. I'm not gonna lie.
To be honest with you, Tommy, I would say probably giving Billy like maybe 2 more fights, and then maybe we can entertain that. But like from what I seen last night, I don't think so. If I'm in Billy's camp, I wouldn't take that fight. Not like next. You know what I mean? Good question though.
And I don't even think it's a money fight for them. At this point, they definitely looking for money fight.
Yeah, like it'll have to be something on the line for me to pull that fight off if I'm in Billy's camp. Penny, he said, can anyone imagine a hybrid cross mix between Terrence Crawford and Jerron Ennis, but has a heavyweight boxer? Like, do you mean like a cross between them two, but they fight at heavyweight? If that's what you're saying, they would be the heavyweight champion of the world. I can tell you that. For sure, if they're a cross between Bud and Boots, if that's what you're saying. Clarify if that's not what you're trying to say.
Usually when we get heavyweights that have the ability to box, sometimes they lack the power. So that can hurt a big guy that has that ability. You might be looking good in the first 3-4 rounds, but 7, 8, 9, these big dudes tracking you down. So you know what I mean? It's give and take with that.
If we're talking a cross between Boots and Bud, both of them got cracks. I get what he's saying, but I'm thinking about a heavyweight boxer in general. Like when we get those type of guys, your Chris Birds over the years, the Grants, these guys that were your pinnacle style boxers at heavyweight, sometimes they didn't have a crack. It's a little something missing. When you bring something extra to a division, sometimes you're missing something when you get in that division too. Yeah. Brennan Smith, he said, why is the fight Canelo versus Ecker happening? Soft touch.
Can I be honest, bro? It's the best fight. It's the best fight. Who else at 168, bro? The dudes that you talking about, Morrell and Benavidez, they're not in the division. He's not willing to cash them out.
Well, the thing is, like, Canelo, he's gonna grab as many opponents where he has as many advantages as possible. That's just what it is. And then 68's not a strong division right now.
It's not.
To be honest with you, at 75, Canelo's food is 75. So
he proved that. He already proved that.
Yeah, he know better than to go up there. So Canelo's kind of in a weird spot right now. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. In the driver's seat.
Yeah, he got little dudes. It's a money grab. He got little dudes trying to grab his bag. He got a dude that ain't seen a bag in his fighting career willing to throw it all away for that bag. which is interesting that you say things that, or things are being said like that about him. Like, so legacy doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, with Berlanga, I mean, anybody get a chance to fight Canelo, I mean, yeah, you got to take it. You got to take it.
And listen, they also adding on to the tradition of Mexico versus Puerto Rico. That's very
and that's
big.
the only other reason it's happening. To be honest with you, Brennan, it's that, and then Canelo thinks that's pretty much the easiest fight for him. To be honest with you, because he should look amazing in this fight.
I ain't gonna lie. Anything right now, 168. I think DA food at 168. Plant rematch food. That dude McCumbee, he gonna be food for Plant. So it's nothing really out there that stirs the pot, bro.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Even let's talking Bud jumping up there on some Bernard Hopkins type of thing. Doesn't make any sense that
the fight doesn't.
So you can't. No one can be mad at Canelo right now. 2-3 years ago, y'all guys, Brendan and the rest of you guys like that, y'all should have been hollering to the mountaintops about this nonsense that he was doing, the Riders and the Yeldemans and all of them type of guys, bro. Come on, man. That European tour was Hall of Fame-esque, bro. Hall of Fame-esque European tour.
Yeah, Tommy Dukes, he said, do you think Abdullah is ready for a real live body next? He said he wants a title shot by 2025.
Can we talk about it? Let's talk about it. They bought it up.
Let me start this one off. Just last night, I don't know. I dropped the short on this one, and I basically told y'all, I said Abdullah Mason opponent was 19-2. But it was a lot of cupcakes with the buttercream on top on that resume. And if you look at his opponent's resume, anybody that he fought that had a 500 record or better, he either struggled or he lost. So I fully expected for Abdullah Mason to do exactly what he did last night. Tommy, to answer your question, it's very difficult, very, very difficult to call it because he's only 20 years old. And you got to be careful with these young bucks. It's about, can he get a title shot by 2025? Probably. But it's not about him getting a title shot. It's against who? Is it the right matchup for him? We've seen guys in the past get title shots at 20, 21, and they ended up getting damaged for the rest of their career. But you've seen other guys at 20.
Hold up, real quick. Give me a name. Like
Fernando Vargas. They threw him. He was 21 years old. They threw him.
No, I ain't talking about that part. I'm talking about currently. I'm talking about for Mason. Currently, what champion are you trying to put him up against in the next year? 2025? That's what I'm asking. You and Mr. Dukes. That's all. I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I'm just asking. Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I said it's a tricky question for me because I'm like, if it's so, Tommy, let me put it to you like this. If Abdullah Mason in 2025 is ready for a title shot at 21 years old, but none of the champions make sense, you know what I'm saying? Like it's too risky. I wouldn't force it. It got to be the right matchup. I don't have a problem with him getting a title shot at 2025, but it got to be the right matchup.
But who? Give me a name. I just need a name.
I don't know. We talking
what year champion? Just any champion. Any champion.
At 35?
Yeah, give me a name.
Tank running the show at 35.
But is Tank gonna beat it? No, in a year, do you think Tank's gonna beat it? Like, yes. Okay, not Tank. Let's not say Tank and them because he's definitely not ready for that. Let's give me a name from the tier, the guys tanking them. Let's say Martin. You think he's ready for Frank Martin?
I don't know.
Even though Martin's not at 135 and we know he won't be there, I'm just talking style wise. So Frank Martin style, we know his ability in the ring. Do you think him right now, what we seen, bro? Because I ain't gonna lie, last night I was very unimpressed, bro. I was very unimpressed.
Abdullah Mason?
Yes, and not him. Bro, it's a false sense of confidence when you have 15 fights in and you still fighting dudes like that, bro.
Well,
that's the high school bully. That's the high school bully.
Yeah, but to the casual fan, you can get away with that. Not us, but The casual fan is just only
No,
going to look
that's
at
what I
the
mean. No, I ain't talking about us as fans. I'm talking about him as a fighter. That's
well.
you 15 fights in, still fighting
But,
that.
but bro, I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you the only reason I
You
didn't have a problem with last night. I'm gonna tell you why I didn't have a problem last night. Abdullah Mason is probably one of the most active fighters in the game right now.
all right,
Because you're
bro,
one
but
of the because you're
I
one of
get
the
you.
most active fighters in the game, you're gonna get one like that. You're gonna get
But
one like
it's it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We 15 fights in. I ain't seen the man get tested one time.
yeah, but he only 20 though. He only 20.
What, bro?
Who do
This
you
is
but who do you
boxing. What does
I
age have to
understand
do
that, but
with
if
you
you
being
bro, but
on
if
your
you
road?
bro, but if
That's
you
what I mean. So I'm asking you, Jeff,
right,
as a guy that knows boxers like
right.
we do, we know boxers. Do you think at 20 he can have a false sense of security? Because listen, we're talking about a world title opportunity, but you just fought 5, 6 people like the guy you fought last night. So where is that guy that's going to push you and show you ready to go over the hump type of situation? That's all I'm asking. As
If I'm in Abdullah Mason's camp, first of all, I'm not putting him in a title shot by 2025. That's just me personally. Now, if we're talking opponents, I would build him exactly like how you would build any other young guy that you think gonna be a superstar. Get him about 2 or 3 veterans with a name on the downside, see how he do. I'll throw a couple at you. Um, I don't even think he fights at his weight no more, but a Richard Comey type guy. You get guys like that. You get like 2 or 3 guys like that, and you see how he does. Like you got to see what he does against somebody with a pulse.
that's what I mean. That's why I'm asking you, bro. Is he himself, is the camp, the whole situation they got going on, a bit of false security because
Well,
you yourself have not been tested, pushed. Like, bro, that's like throwing darts when he fighting, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he very clean, efficient. I mean, and just like he painting a portrait when he in there. But where is the actual fight? Where's the actual grind? Where's the actual
I
okay, I'm
think
learning.
I
You
think they're
understand what I'm
moving
saying?
him. Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. Like I feel like they're moving him at a pace where I think they're building up to that. When you hear Abdullah Mason's team talk, you don't hear
You
them
know what it
talking
sounds
about
like you just said? They moving them fast and slow at the same time.
exactly.
That's
That's
what,
exactly what I'm
yeah,
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. To them, they want to move them slow. To the public, they want to make it seem like they moving them fast when they really want to
exactly.
slow
Yep.
play him because he
That's what
got the
I'm
hype right now.
that's the way
That's
I'm
exactly what I'm
analyzing it.
saying, and that's a good catch. That's a good catch. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm looking for the older veteran guy with a name
All
to get
right,
him
give
in
me
the
like
ring.
this. Do you think let's say I don't know if these guys can even make the weight, but Linares, Comey, I think is definitely over the hump and wouldn't be a good test, but I don't think Linares is so battered and bruised that he wouldn't push Mason at this point in his career. I don't know if he
I
could make the
would,
weight, but I think
yeah,
that's a great name.
yeah. Despite the whether they can make the weight or not, a Linares, Richard Comey. You know who I wouldn't mind him being in the ring with? What's your guy name? Um,
Tagu.
yeah, Emmanuel
That'd
Tagu.
be that'd be a
That'd
great
be
name. That'd
that'd
be a
be a
great
good
name.
name for him. That'd be a good name.
Even Mason Menard probably. I don't know if he's still
Mason
active,
Menard,
but
yeah, Mason Menard,
yeah, like some guys that have
guys
been in
like
there
that.
and been tested themselves. Like
Yeah,
even though they've been
his
on the
last
losing end,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
His next 3 to 4, his next 2 to 3 fights should be guys in that group, not the guy from last night. That's the last time I should see Abdullah Mason in the ring with a guy like that. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
quick
Now,
side note. Quick
mhm.
side note. Tagu didn't even tip us for that fight. We got that nigga the biggest fight of his goddamn life.
Definitely did, bro.
He could have
Definitely
put a little
did.
something on the cash app, man. Could have dropped a
Yeah,
little note
send
on the
blog,
gram,
send
bro.
blog
I
that.
got that nigga that goddamn
Because it
Garcia
wasn't
fight, bro.
nobody on planet Earth talking about that man except for Vlog. And then
Yep.
we ended up talking about him, and then he ends up getting the Ryan Garcia fight. It's crazy. But yeah, Abdullah Mason, next 2, 3 opponents, I want to see him against veteran guys with names that's gonna make him think and try different things inside of the ring and just help his development process. But no more guys like he had last night. No more guys like he had last night.
Can't have it. Can't have it.
Yeah, Tommy Doak said Munguia versus Billy would be exciting. And Billy's not ready for Munguia.
No, I have Dokes. That is a great fight, and they're moving Munguia around too. He's actually getting ready to fight on Top Rank card here coming up as an opponent for. They signed it for Mal. No, they didn't sign him. What's his name? Just sending him over there for the dude. What's his name? Marvelov, Murderlov. That guy. His belt too. So. That's
you right though. Like that's an exciting.
I think that's the fight for him. That's actually the fight. I think he gets the winner of that fight.
Yeah,
he gets the winner of that fight
for sure.
So either way, but I don't know if Mervilov wins, is that fight a money fight? I don't know, because I like these type of guys. We're still finding out if they could draw the crowd. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what the crowd look like, because I'm not gonna lie to the chat. My ESPN app was shittier than a mother, so I didn't really get to see and enjoy the fights the way I should have and what I paid for. So I didn't get to see the crowd. Did he fill the building out? Like, how did it look?
No, the building, it looked like any other fight. Like, it was at the beginning stages. It was kind of half full as it got closer to the main event.
No, I mean him. I'm talking about him, Billy. Did he was able to put some booties in it? So he might be a guy that, as long as you go into Canada, then you could probably make a fight with him. But that'd be crazy if the champ has to go to Canada. Yeah. Now that would be crazy, because he would be fighting the champion in the Munguia, goddamn Makhmalov. I think that's his name, Murtmalov, something like that.
Yeah, I gotta pin this next comment. Blank Man in the building. This is my first time seeing Blank Man. Maybe you had a different screen or something. But if this is your first time being in here, definitely subscribe to Boxing First Vlog and myself. Appreciate
it. Y'all can see my channel growing, baby. I'm working hard, man, and I appreciate the support, man. Definitely interact with me in that chat, man. I'm with the engagement. I'm with the back and forth. We keep it respectful. You know what I mean? Just everybody can have their own P's and Q's, and we can engage. So definitely rock with me.
Yeah, and Blank Man coming out with the 12 gauge. He said Abdullah could beat Loma and Shakur right now. Yeah, I said it. So Blank Man, let me go here with you. If
I'm putting that up.
If I had to put a pin on that one. Blank Man, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you truly believe in Abdullah Mason, right? I'm gonna veer off a little bit from your comment, because I don't think he beats neither one of them. He's just not ready yet. But what I would say, you need to look at Abdullah Mason and ask yourself, can he beat a Frank Martin right now? I think that's.
Can I be honest? Can I chime in and go against you a little bit?
Go ahead.
I believe he does beat Loma, because if you look at what Loma did against the younger, stronger, bigger competition with Ortiz, a little bit of trouble there. And right now, Mason's at least a half a mile ahead of where Ortiz is at in their boxing game right now. And if he can apply what he knows against the Loma we see against these young guys, I think he would have an opportunity in that fight.
I think he would be.
Mm-hmm. It'd be too much of a chess match. I think it would be a little bit slower fight. He probably could end up eating some shots, and Shakur being the edge, because he definitely had a bigger name. So I think he would be edged out in that fight.
Yeah, I think Abdullah probably can go into any fight and be competitive.
No doubt.
Would I pick him to beat either guy? No, but
I would. I'll pick him to beat Loma.
Is no way in hell. He ain't ready.
Lomachenko is like 50 years old, bro.
Yeah, but this is the same person they keep putting on the pound for pound list, bro. This is the same person.
We know why they put them on. Let's listen. Bro, we know why.
So you're on the record saying Abdullah Mason beats
Loma. I didn't say he beats him. If you heard that breakdown, right?
You said he got shot.
I said competitive. Yeah, based on the differences of where they're at in their careers, that's what you judging first of all. When you look at those two names, you have to look at where they're at right now. Don't give me Loma from 5 years ago. That Loma would school Mason right now based on footwork alone. But the Loma we see right now against, go back a couple fights, younger competition, what happened? He struggled. Let's be honest.
Well, you can now the Teofimo fight. I thought he lost that fight.
I ain't even talk about.
I'm talking
again,
but again, and this is Loma really don't.
Hold up. We got to be honest. Is Mason a better boxer than Teofimo? Yes, he is. So that alone, with that knowledge, again, make it a competitive fight just alone, because Mason does way more things in the ring that Teofimo does.
But we got to go back to the question though. He said he's beating Loma and Shakur right now.
I can only give you my reply to what he said, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not saying he's right or wrong.
So I'm saying he's wrong. I'm saying he's wrong. I'm just putting it out there. He's wrong.
G5 guy, man. So you know what I mean.
Wrong. Listen, I think he's competitive with both.
Answer me a question, Jeff. Answer me a question real quick. Where's he at on the pound for pound list? If we got 25 names, is he on it? Mason. No. On the 20, if we got 25 pound for pound fighters in the world right now that you can just put on your list, is he on that list?
No.
He's not on. So
we're talking about every division? Like
any division, any fighter that you know, any fighter. This is your list, not this is your personal list.
So Abdullah Mason would be top 5 on my prospect list. Top 25 pound for pound. You gotta fight somebody first before you can get on a pound for pound.
See, all right,
he's not on my pound for, but he wouldn't be on my top 25. Just out of respect for other guys. You know what I mean?
Okay. I get. See, my list would allow the ability for him to be interviewed. You know why? For my list, because I my first thing is I'm looking at your personal skills. That's the first thing I need to have my eyes on, to be like, yo, that dude is blah blah blah. So
but that's two different lists though. That's two different lists. If we talking about a straight skills list, yeah, he's in my top 25. We talking straight skills and that's it. If we ain't talking nothing else. Because then that helps me. No, that helps me let them know where you have him, where Jeff ranks this guy. Skills wise, he's a top 25 guy for sure. But we talk but my pound for pound list and my skills list is two different lists.
Yeah, I got you. Know what I mean? I'm helping the chat get an understanding of where my guy Jeff ranks Mason. For him to say that, he means his guy isn't ready.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I believe in the traditional way to build a fighter. I don't think you should throw a young guy up against a champion until you let him fight, the gatekeepers and stuff like that. I do believe in the traditional way to build a champion or a superstar. You have to take them through the ranks. And I'm like, they tried it with Loma. Even with Loma, it didn't work because they tried to give him a title fight in his second fight. You know what I mean? And he lost that fight. Like Mayweather went through that process. Oscar went through that process. James Toney went through that process. All the greats in boxing has gone through that traditional process of going from a prospect to a champion to a potential superstar. I just want Mason to go through the same process. I don't want to throw him in. Who you got between Abdullah Mason and Frank Martin right now?
I'm gonna edge Martin. I think he's naturally a little stronger than Mason right now. So I think that power and just Martin pressing him, because Martin would definitely be the presser in that fight. I don't think he would allow that youngster to be having him backing up like that. So I mean, again, I agree with you, but Martin to me is at a different stage in his career than a Lomachenko is. That's all.
I agree with that. If I'm Martin, there's no way I'm taking that fight. You're coming off.
If I'm Martin, I'm all over that fight. That's a great name for Martin.
Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, it's like
if I'm Mason, I'm not on that.
Yeah, that's Martin, what I'm saying. But
I'll be honest. If you're Martin and they offer you that fight, you're not going to get in that name.
No. It's like I'm gonna tell you why though. And it has nothing to do with Abdullah Mason inside of the ring. When you come off of a tank fight, right? You come off of a tank fight. I'm just saying Abdullah's not in a place in his career yet to where a win against Abdullah Mason, they're gonna say is like, yo, he was too young. I don't think Frank Martin will get the full credit. I don't think he'll get the full credit if he get the dub.
Understood.
You know what I mean?
Understood.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna have this discussion within the next year because I think Abdullah Mason gonna be right there in about 12 months. About 12 months for sure. Black man, good comment though. Derek Wilkes, he said, I agree, vlog, and Billy also throws all his punches at the same speed. He will get timed and knocked out. That's my big problem with him, Billy. And Billy, there's no in terms of his variation, he really doesn't have no variation. Everything is at the same speed. And to be honest with you, a lot of his punches is at the same angles too.
Bro, and if you listen to my video, I told you guys I did my homework on him. He needs you to cooperate for him to get that KO rate to where it is at right now. If you look at all them dudes he was knocking out, bro, these guys had absolutely no wheels. They get stuck somewhere in that ring, and it was like they were falling in quicksand somehow, and this dude just ends up grinding them out. So again, that's a lot of misleading power if you look at that KO. You got to do your homework sometimes when you're looking at these guys and you want to judge their upcoming fights and say, oh yeah, he's gonna get this knockout. He's gonna be able to stop the Derevianchenko. A lot of people had him for the KO last night, and I knew that shit was going the distance because the Derevianchenko was pivoting on Munguia at age 45. He definitely gonna pivot on this African dude. Yeah, and Munguia got way better footwork than Mbili.
Yeah, and Billy got some work to do for sure. He got some work to do. He got potential. Don't get me wrong. He
doesn't use his jab. He doesn't throw enough straight punches for me. It kind of is like he doesn't set the KO up enough. He is like he wants to throw heavy and think that that's the power shot. Them shots was looking good. Them overhands, they were looking great. But it wasn't. He's not a one punch finisher.
I think
they're wasted punches.
I think the best thing you said out of that is that he needs some cooperation from.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I agree with that 100%. Tommy Dukes, he said Ukrainians are tough. We saw Bolchuk give Virgil Ortiz all he can handle. Volstik took everything Benavidez could give. No, the Ukrainians always been tough, bro. Like throughout boxing history, man, the Ukrainians has always been tough. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, the young Black American fighter, if they're trying to find out about their guy, they go get the Ukrainian and see where their guy is at. You know what I mean? So big shout out to the Ukrainians.
It's crazy. You can have diversity over there. They're not a one-trick pony from over that way. No. They have your Boacheks that just come forward, Mexican-style grinder, trying to knock your teeth to the back of your throat. So, and then they got your Lomas and guys like that. They got some foot action.
They can do it all.
See, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. They got diversity. So big shout out to them in they fight game.
For sure, man. Big shout out to In This Corner podcast, aka Ty Finney the Legend.
We're gonna send that over, Finney. Let's clear that tab. Hey, Finney, though, I'm on a run, bro. I called the main event 2 straight times, both of them going the distance. I foreshadowed it. Did a lot of homework to get to that conclusion. So I'm on track with these main events. I'm gonna try to keep it rolling, bro.
Yeah. It says salute to the team. Who y'all got between Joey DeWeco and Richard Torres? That's a good fight. That's and Legend. We talked about that on the phone. That's a really, really good fight for Torres. I think Torres wins because I think Joey. I think at time, and I don't want to sound ignorant when I say this. Joey, a lot of times, just he don't fight with his head. Like he don't fight intelligently sometimes. Like I feel like he's kind of reckless sometimes. And don't get me wrong, Torres is reckless too, but he's younger and he reckless. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it's a good fight though. I do think it's
that fight. Joey find himself in a fist fight. He gonna be at the worst end because. Yeah, Torres has a speed advantage for sure. So I'm looking for the volume, and through that volume, one of them shots gonna be the clipper.
And Joey just lost to Titus too. So he just took an L. You know what I mean? But that's a good fight though. We gonna cover that too. We definitely gonna start covering that. Pennant, he said yes. That's what I was trying to say. That's Pennant was the one that was talking about the cross between Boots and Bud, but he said we nailed it though. He said we nailed it.
Thank
Tommy
you.
Dukes, he said, how did you score the Virgil Ortiz fight? I had it a draw, 113-113. I'm not in any rush to see Bud versus Virgil the way Turkey is. Bro, can I let me cook on this real quick. It's the, I'm not gonna say it was a very, first of all, I think it's the fight of the year so far, me personally. It was a very, very good fight, very competitive fight. This is my thing. Sometimes you have a fight like that and the knockdowns actually determine the fight. And I think that was the case here. I had it 7-5 Boychuk with the knockdowns. I had it 7-5 Boychuk with the knockdowns. But Virgil Ortiz, like I said, if somebody had it, if you said you had it a draw, if that's what you came up with, cool. But I'm like, with 2 knockdowns, I'm assuming you gave Virgil Ortiz like every swing round. And that's where I differ. I didn't give Virgil Ortiz every swing round. So I had a 7-5 Boychuk with the knockdowns. So he's up a couple points on my card. Vlog, how'd you have it, bro?
I had it 8-4.
You had an 8-4 Boychuk?
Yep.
Okay, so we went one round off.
And then the knockdowns, look, this is where I differ with a lot of people that were judging that fight. They act like Virgil was boxing because he wanted to. Virgil was forced to box. That's what I'm saying. So when you judging this fight, you have to give the advantage to that fighter in those rounds where that was happening. This is advantage to Boychuk, where he forced that action of Ortiz starting that back foot movement, trying to jab, and he was actually getting his head knocked off when he was boxing because them right hands was catching him, especially in the 12th. And people was giving him the 12th. I'm like, what the fuck? He ate like 4 or 5 straight right hands in that 12th round. Boxing. Come on, bro. Stop.
Stop.
Boychuk won that fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you score that fight and you came up with a draw, very rarely in the sport of boxing do you give the same guy every single swing round. There was a couple of swing rounds in that fight, but when you got a competitive fight like that, I don't give a guy. I judge round by round. Whatever I see in a round, that's what I'm doing. But once it adds up, a lot of the times the same guy don't get every single swing round. To get 113, you got to give Virgil Ortiz every swing round and every benefit of the doubt.
To me, that says he was thinking Virgil was boxing as a control mechanism and showing how much control. To me, I looked at it differently. That's the only way I can think he came up with 113, because he thought Virgil started controlling the fight after the knockdowns and gaining some rounds back because he was boxing. Yeah, I looked at it different. Like he was forced to box because the inside, I can bang with you and intimidate you. It wasn't happening. Boychuk didn't go nowhere.
Yeah, Scotty 70 in the building, definitely family in the building. Big shout out to you. Said salute Ty. I think Torres Wells. I think Torres gets it. I think he gets Joey up out of there probably the first 4 rounds. And there ain't no disrespect to Joey at all. Tony's reviews, big shout out to you, family. He said, long time no talk, and Billy will beat Canelo down. Canelo will slow too much, and then Billy's volume will overwhelm him late. Tony, I'm going.
Hold up, can we swinging? Hold up, Tony. Didn't Billy look that fresh? That was 10 rounds. What would he look like in 12?
Listen,
just saying, against a veteran.
Tony's reviews, I had to put a star on that when you came in swinging. I'm gonna tell you this real quick. As far as Billy's concerned, and Billy's too predictable with the punches, Canelo will have a field day with that. Because as much smoke as we give Canelo, he's still one of the best technical fighters out here. He can dissect inside that ring.
What we can say right now, we haven't seen Father Time in the ring with him yet.
Right.
Now, is Father Time ringside? Yes, he for surely is ringside, but he ain't climbed in there with him yet. So we still got an edge. Dude that's currently on most people pound for pound list. So got to edge him in that fight, man.
Yeah. Scotty says salute. Tommy Dokes, he said, did you check out the heavyweight fight on the co-main Magmadov? Him and Joyce should fight next. There will be zero defense. Hey, hold on, real quick, vlog. Tommy, for you to suggest Macmadol versus Joe Joyce, you are highly disrespectful for that shit. Like both of them dudes would need medical insurance, real medical. I'm talking Blue Cross Blue Shield. If they fought,
Man,
you say when
I
I
ain't gonna
say
lie.
zero defense, bro,
But hold up,
bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think Joe Joyce would have a field day. He would get dude
That's
out
what
of
I'm
there first.
saying.
He
That's what
would
I'm
get dude.
saying.
Dude is a timing type of big puncher. He has to have the timing has to be right. You got to work with him so much because he doesn't have he's not a boxer, bro. He's just not a boxer, bro. He got murdered a couple fights ago, and this one, I mean, I didn't see Vanilli boxing like that or Guido.
Guido.
I didn't see him. I didn't see
Listen,
him boxing like that, bro. God damn.
Macmadov eye looked like he got hit with a pot. I was like,
That
God
nigga,
damn.
that nigga was in the corner. He looked like a 12-year-old talking to his mom after a school fight. Like, yo, I can't see.
He was looking like, bro, he ain't had to hit me with that pot like that. Like,
Man, homie. Like, yo, who threw that bottle? Man,
right.
like, bro, they did a good call stopping that fight, bro, because his eye was jacked up, bro. Jacked up. But I had him on the win. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be able to land on Guido because Guido he's a heavyweight based on size, but he's not solid in the ring. He's not like he's somebody you really got to push over. So I thought dude probably could have landed one, but goddamn, he didn't land nothing.
If Top Rank is smart, they can go with either one of these guys for the comeback for Jared Anderson. You can go with either one.
I think dude should know. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Dude should retire. That guy don't need to be boxing no more. Macmadol does not need to be boxing anymore, bro. This is not the sport. Go back to bouncing. You could be a great security for these stars and all of that, bro. Go. I just don't stop boxing.
Damn,
yeah, bro. He need to be working the door, bro. Checking ID and shit, bro. He don't need to be in that ring. That's not. And I'm not even trying to be funny, bro. Like he by anybody in the heavyweight division that knows how to actually fight, he will get his motherfucking hat handed to him every single time. He cannot box, bro. This is boxing. This is not beat up the drunk dude, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, and he's terrible even in the fights that he's won, bro. He's a terrible, terrible boxer, bro. He doesn't need to do the sport. And I had to be honest. He looked like a kid talking to his coach in that corner. That did not look like a giant grown ass man reacting to the situation that he was in. He looked like a child reacting to a situation that, we come across in life at times like that. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
And that's not how boxers supposed to react in the ring. And don't put him in the ring anymore. Don't do it. Top Rank is, if they do that again, I'm not going to watch that fight. I'm just not going to do it. I don't do that to that dude, man.
Yeah, Pennant, he said the true boxing need to be put back on the map. Pennant, to be honest with you, the last 2 years, it's been some pretty good motion when it comes down to boxing. I just think boxing is a sport. It's just, we're always going to ask for more. It don't matter how much they give us. We're going to always ask for more. But yeah, I agree with the general statement for sure. Mark Nash in the building. Big shout out to my guy, Mark Nash, man. Big shout out to you. Salute. Go subscribe to his channel too, man. Big shout out to him. Tommy Dopes, Devin and Shakur were champs around 20, 21 years old. Tank beat Pedraza at 22. Abdullah, special. Why not give him the shot? You know what? Let me give it to you this way. When
hold up, Tommy. Like Jeff said, bro, give us one, maybe two vets. You can't give us these cupcakes and then say title. I can't. That's
every person that you name had that fight that Vlog and I is talking about before they got their title shot. Like Devin Haney got a Mason
Linares. Yeah, I ain't seen Mason react. I need him to react like Haney did against Linares. I need some overcoming some discomfort in that ring.
Yeah,
I can't have you steamrolling, these goddamn cashiers at the goddamn 7-Eleven, man. I can't have it.
Yeah, and it's and another thing, Tommy, you want to see, the thing that you don't want is Abdullah Mason special? Yes, he is. The thing is, you want to see how Abdullah Mason responds when he don't get what he want. You have to see how he responds to that and how he adjusts when Abdullah Mason don't get what he want. If he got to go to plan B and plan C, what does he do? You want to find that out from Abdullah Mason before he gets his title shot. That's all we asking for. Could he win a title within the next 12 months? He could, but you're really walking into that title fight blind. When Tank got his title at 22, Pedraza was the best case scenario. And the thing is, Tank ain't even like the fight. Tank thought he wasn't ready for the fight. That's on record. He thought he wasn't ready.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I mean, he wasn't ready. He thought he wasn't ready for the fight. Now, Devin thought he was ready. You know what I'm saying? Shakur thought he was ready, but Tank ain't think he was ready for Pedraza. And Pedraza was a really good fighter at that time. So, Tommy, you got to be careful with that. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is it got to be the right situation.
Right.
Yep. Pennant, he said Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois. That's a good question, bro. Like, I kind of want to wait for Vlog to come back. I'll give him a chance to answer it. If Joshua doesn't fight stupid, he wins that fight easy because he's just the better technical fighter. He's the better boxer. If he goes in there fighting reckless, if he goes in there trying to fight like he did Andy Ruiz, Dubois got enough steam in them shots, got enough seasoning on them shots to make Joshua feel it. He's one of the stronger punchers in the heavyweight division, has always been that. So if Anthony Joshua fights smart, Anthony Joshua should win the fight. If he fights dumb, it can get interesting. Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois, who you got, bro?
Joshua.
Why?
I think right now he's in that kill mode. He's definitely been boxing better the last 2 to 3 fights. Kind of can show what he's been learning since he even came over here, and got a little diversity with his training background and things like that. So I think he could get Dubois out of there. No disrespect to Dubois. No, it's going to be an earned KO, but Dubois just don't have a resistance to me right now that Joshua has. He showed a resistance against Usyk. You know what I mean? Usyk had him in trouble a couple times in they little fights that they done had, and he withstood that. So I'm definitely giving them the advantage right now, and I think he'll get the KO. I'm betting on that. That one ain't going the distance.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. Good call on that. Victor J in the building, man. Big shout out to you. You got the Sixers signed up there, so I'm assuming you from Philly. If that's the case, you got to follow Boxing First Vlog. You got to follow your
city.
TV. That's the city.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He said, is Turkey Al Sheik good or bad for boxing? He seems like he is coming in with the mentality, get down or lay down. I notice PBC fighters like Tank, Canelo, Zoo have issues with him. You want to take that one first, or you want me to get at that?
I can get at it. He needs to slow down a little bit. I'm definitely gonna say that he's good and bad, which most promoters are for boxing. So he's no different. But a lot of things that he said about the country. Yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Nobody country perfect, not even yours, bro. So let's not do that he did with the little big sermon he put online about the country and all this, that, and the third, bro. You know what it is. Come on now. Don't come over here then. That's all I can say. If you feel that way about it, just put your show on and you enjoy it from Dubai or wherever you live at. So that being said, though, as far as him working with the PBC guys, they loyalty still lie with Al Heyman in them. So you know what I mean? You can't be like, yo, they just rushing to accept any offer he put on the table or any conversation he want to have. They ain't just like, yo, I'm picking up the phone every time he call. Like, come on, bro. They loyalty still is with the people that put them in the position that they in right now, because that isn't as fluid as it had been prior. Doesn't mean everybody else can just come start picking like that. You know what I mean? It still got to get the okay. So sound like it ain't get the final okay from Uncle Al, who still seem to be Uncle Al.
No, great points, bro. I don't even really have much to really add to that. The only thing I'll really say is everybody has to understand Turkey Al Sheikh is trying to buy every single major promotion. He's trying to he's trying to take over boxing. What he's doing is no different than what Al Heyman tried to do when he first came out. He tried to monopolize everybody. That's all he's trying to do.
Don King did it with the heavyweights.
Don King tried. We've seen this before. But the thing with Al Sheikh is, if you notice, all he talks about is the biggest fights. That's all he talks about. I was like, he doesn't,
which is good for boxing. So
yeah, it's good for boxing, but
that's why I said it's half and half.
It's good. Yeah, it's half and half because all he talks about is the big fights. But anybody that's a promoter, they know, yeah, you want all of the big fights, but you do have to set some things in place to develop the next stars as well. Turkey Al Sheikh don't talk like that. You know what I mean? He don't talk like that.
Now, this is why you getting it from both of us, because there's more information on why he's good and bad for boxing.
Yeah, you couldn't have said it no better, man. He's good and bad all at the same time, but he's just like any other promoter. He's just throwing more money around. That's really it. You know what I mean? We'll come down to it. Great points, though. Great points. Pennant, he said, do you think we will see Terrence Crawford and Jerron Ennis? I don't think so. The only way that fight happens is unless Al Sheikh throws a bag that's just under.
Listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the only way that happens is the same way Spence people forced him to fight. It was not the promotion. It was his fans. So all the people that support Bud and all these Bud supporters and jockstrap carriers, oh, he's not even in a division. Blah, blah, blah. He was in a division for fucking 8 years damn near. And the man name never came up with none of them. Thurman, Garcia, none of them. And he was fighting under the same promotion via Salter. What is it? Salita, yeah. So just stop with that. Just stop, yo, bro. It's not gonna happen. I put a video up saying that it did some numbers for me on my page that I brought videos. It did some numbers, so y'all go ahead and tap into that, man. I think it's gonna end up, if it does happen, it's gonna be too late, like Manny and Mayweather. So I think it's gonna be just like that. It's gonna be too late, and it's getting there now because your boy almost 40.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, to be honest with you. Like I said, the only way that happens is unless Al Sheikh just throws a crazy ass bag that neither one of them can deny. I don't see that happening either, though. Brennan Smith said Jamel Charlo is done. Yeah, I'll say this: he is ice cold in these boxing streets. I think both of the Charlos are just. I think they just both going through some stuff right now, to be honest with you, just on a personal level. You know,
they both got legal stuff. I mean, a lot of them dudes from that, just in that camp, that Houston area. We know Spence got his legal stuff he dealing with right now. These two guys kind of always been in that personal dynamics of having issues and whatnot. So, but he did recently speak out and say he's not leaving 154. So I think we should expect a splash in 2025.
Well, the thing is, I mean, once Charlo actually puts in the paperwork that he back, I mean, he's right back as champion. You know what I mean? He's right back as champion. So I just don't know about Charlo. Neither one of them. Like, I don't know. They're gonna have to show me. You know what I mean? But I know they ice cold in these streets right now. I know that much.
I mean, but he wasn't on a bad run. He took a money fight that I wouldn't have took personally. I wouldn't have took it because at the time he didn't have the physical ability long enough. Give me a fight or two at that weight. Show me what you got. Then maybe try to take a Canelo.
That's that money grab, though.
That money grab set you back. He probably kicking back enjoying it too. So shit, he probably like, man, I got the bag, and I was undisputed. Shut up.
He might be thinking like that. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Tony's reviews. He said, "What is this nonsense? Mason hasn't fought anyone to be seen as something good. Dude has fought can after can. Loma gave Tio a run for his money. Ortiz was his sparring partner. Should have beat Haney and Stock Cambosis. Who's better? Tio." Tony, let me vlog. I'm gonna get at this one. Tony, the thing you gotta understand, bro, is that you can tell whether somebody's a good fighter before they jump in the ring with that maybe that name to put them in the upper echelon. Just your eye test should tell you Abdullah Mason is like that. Abdullah Mason's like that. I understand what you're saying, but he don't have to. He don't have
I
to go.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. We completely overlooked his name. Is he ready for Andy Cruz? There you go. That'll tell you if he's ready for the OGs now. Because I don't even know if he's ready for a solid OG.
To be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a stack. Andy Cruz could very well be the better prospect. He could very well be the better prospect.
He in the city. He in the city.
For you. He's
in the city.
He's in the city. He's with Boozy Ennis, right? Now, here's the issue. This is why I say this. Andy Cruz is Cuban. A lot of times with the Cubans, they don't translate over to the professionals correctly in terms of their offense. He has a pro style. And he has a lot of success beating the Abdullah Mason type style because he beat Keyshawn 4 different times and he beat him all 4 times the same way. Now that's a different conversation. Who's the better prospect, Andy Cruz or Abdullah Mason?
And right now, and just not when we get off a reviews comment, because I think he's right. He just may have been a little bit harsh in how he delivered it, but Mason isn't ready for a title shot. That being said, Cruz, in Mason's defense, Cruz was eating some shots as a professional that I don't think he would have in the amateurs. So he might be sitting down a little bit too much. And when you got a guy like Mason on the other side that can really make those shots count when they're landed, that could be an interesting fight. I think that is definitely a that's a big fight right now, bro.
That's a huge fight. And to be honest with you, I'm like, that might be the type person he got to go through to get a world title.
That's all I'm asking. Give me that and a Linares type. Maybe
we got to ask the question: who's the better prospect, Andy Cruz or Abdullah Mason?
I think Mason is.
You might need to post that.
Oh yeah, I'm all over this, bro. Come on, bro. It's me. You know I'm on it. But great points though. With the comment from reviews though, I don't think he's ready, and me bringing up that name kind of proves it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're right, and bringing up an Andy Cruz, we need that fight.
Yeah, 135 in the next year or two. Yeah, cooking.
They gonna be back. Yeah, looking for some new kids.
And the thing is, and I'm like, and Abdullah Mason had to strip down to get to that 136. He was on the scale in his birthday shoot. So we might be seeing Abdullah Mason maybe at 140 possibly.
But that to me, that's chasing the fight I posted on the shorts. I posted Keyshawn Davis, Abdullah Mason, future mega fight. I got that up as a future mega fight, and I had it up. I'm looking at that more at 147. Especially if both of them stay linked with Top Rank in the next probably 2028, 2027, something like that. At 147, that'd be a nasty little bout.
Pennant, he said, what do you think about heavyweight Moses and Tama? Listen, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I haven't done enough homework on Moses to even give an educated opinion on that.
I've heard his name though. I've heard his
name for sure, but I haven't done enough homework on him. So Pennant, we're gonna jump on next week. Let's ask me that again next week. I'll have a response for that. But I don't vlog and we don't fraud on guys. If we ain't seen them, enough of them, we're not gonna put no positive or negative comments on them. But we will check them out though. We're gonna check them out for sure.
Hey, once I do my homework on him, he might get a mega fight. You never know, bro. These international guys, once I get to doing homework and I find out if they got the goods, promotion is off the shelf. So you did. Right. Hopefully he is that guy, bro. We gonna get that love from my channel for sure.
Yeah. Brendan Smith is Jamel Charlo done at 175. Are we talking about? You talking about Maul? Maul. Maul was fighting at
Jamal, yeah.
68. Maul was
Yeah,
fighting.
Maul was at 68, and if he come back, 75 wouldn't be a half-bad splash to see where he at. But I think he would end up like a Chad Dawson at 175. Like
At,
he could beat the other guys, but he can't beat the guys.
yeah, Maul's another guy. I just got to see how he responds. Like he don't even talk the same. Like it's just something going on with them Charlos, man. Tommy Dope said, "Nice breakdown, fellas. Appreciate you."
Thank you. Thank you.
Scotty 70 Makhmedov probably still beats half of the YMCA. He'll probably beat all of the YMCA, to be honest with you. But we talking top level boxing, baby.
Yeah, that's not good for his health, bro. Come on, Scotty. You gotta know the way he was sitting in that corner, bro. Like he lost a fight in the schoolyard real bad.
Yeah. Pennant, what do you think about Turkey Al-Sheikh Boxing League? Bro, here's the thing about Turkey Al-Sheikh. I don't care how much money you have, you can't skip steps in the process when it comes down to promotion. You can't skip steps. You know what I mean? Everything is not, hey, I want the biggest fight possible. And then I don't like his response when he don't get what he want. He don't say, hey, I'm gonna try to figure it out. He said, because he said this about Tim Tszyu. He said, I'm not dealing with Tim Tszyu. I'm not dealing with Tim Tszyu no more. Like, as a promoter, you got to move and shake. You got to move and shake.
Can we be honest? Some of these guys, this guy has a whole freaking country and a legendary background. He really don't need a dude like Turkey Al-Sheikh. Let's be honest. He's
for
trying to
situations, yeah. But I'm talking about overall for the sport. Vlog, I understand.
No, I'm saying Tim Tszyu doesn't. Some of these guys that he's being disrespected or disrespectful about,
they don't need
him. This dude has a whole continent to himself.
Right. So that's what I'm
bro.
saying. Like,
how many dudes can say they got a whole continent?
Yeah, and Turkey Al-Sheikh does come off as a get down and lay down guy, or just my money always gets me what I want. And I'm like, you can't have that mentality in boxing. Eventually, it's going to come back to bite you. Eventually. You know what I mean? But that's part of what Frog said. He's a
that denigration is not good. Denigration is not a bridge builder. That's me. Yeah. Let me say that.
Yeah,
you can't screw no nuts in to solidify a bridge with denigration. That's like creating rust and wear and tear, bro. People gonna remember what you said next year when you talk to another fighter and try to make a big fight. They're gonna be like, yo, you was talking crazy about the homie though.
Yeah, I think Al-Sheikh needs to get some reputable boxing minds in his camp to help him
guide your boy
through. Yeah,
holla at your boy, man. I'll help him.
If you're throwing out a bag, I'll come help you out, man. Get you
hey, right now, bro, I'll take half a bag, bro. Just give me half a bag, because I'll get you straight and I'll get on out the way. I don't even need all that. Yeah.
Boxing Talk Up North said, what up, G5? Big shout out to you, family. Big shout out to you. Tommy Dokesy said, it doesn't look like Tank is getting either Shakur or Loma next, so who would you like to see him fight at the end of the year? I was hearing De Los Santos. Blog, let me take this one real quick. Tank is at a point in his career where, I mean, he's a shot caller. He calls the shots. Now, if he know that he can get a Shakur or a Loma, not next, but maybe he needs like a kind of in-between fight. If they're gonna go with De Los Santos, okay. But it's either it got to be a home game for him, make it a little, give him.
We talking about Edwin, right? Yeah. That's a solid name,
solid fight. Give him a home game. Put it in Baltimore. Let him. You know what I mean?
To me, now this fight, if he takes that, now this is where he takes the step back and he allowed Benavidez to be the main event. That now he agreed to that situation with Benavidez, so that sounds like that's possible.
Yeah, but to see the thing about that, Uncle Al gonna stop that only because of the Amazon deal, because they're gonna want Tank on every main event on Amazon. That's a big ass contract they got with them. So
I mean,
if it's on a lesser scale,
what I think how they'll do it this is how they do in that side. They'll do things like a co-main feature, like they'll word play it where it looks like Oh, Benavidez is still the main event, but you know what I mean. I don't know how they'll fight, how they'll play it out on the fight.
Good.
But yeah,
That's
I'm
the
just
thing.
saying,
Like
you know they'll do it.
they're Eagles.
They'll juggle them words.
Yeah.
They'll juggle them words like a whore do my balls.
Pennant, he said, "What you guys think about heavyweight prospect Jalalov from Uzbekistan?"
Now let me speak. Let me go. He is what they thought Osalik was going to be. He is 10 times better with that size. He is a real problem and definitely somebody's been ducked. Just be honest. Because if you take out a monster like that, that's so much of a pad on your resume as a heavyweight. But don't nobody want that problem. Because he can actually fight.
Let me ask you this question: does Jalalov beat Guido right now? Answer that, because we're gonna get off in a minute. But Pennant, we got a couple things to talk about next show. Does Jalalov beat Guido right now? And your answer to that, we can have a further discussion. But that's the benchmark for Jalalov, the Guido fight. Does he win that fight? Tommy Dokes.
Does he beat Anderson?
Yeah. Tommy Cruz, Tommy Dokes. Andy Cruz just got rocked by a 9-puncher in his last fight on Bud Undercard. I didn't think he looked phenomenal in my opinion. Let me get at this real quick. So here's the thing with Andy Cruz, Tommy. And this goes back to what Vogue and I have been hammering on the entire show. Andy Cruz got rocked by a 9-puncher. We found out how Andy Cruz responds in a situation like that. We ain't seen that from Abdullah Mason yet. We do got to remember, we want guys to be offensive. We want guys to be exciting. When you're like that, you're putting yourself in the line of fire. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. That's why, like, when people talk about Boots and they be like, oh, well, you know, Boots get hit with a lot of shots, this, that, and the third. I said, if Boots wanted to be a cheat code, he could fight exactly like Shakur Stevenson. He would be Shakur Stevenson if he didn't put himself in the line of fire. That's the problem y'all have with Shakur. He don't put himself in the line of fire. But when you have guys like Andy Cruz, Boots, they put themselves in the line of fire, they are going to get hit. They're right in front of guys. They're going to get hit. It's boxing. You're going to get hit. Can your chin handle it? Can you respond? Can you react? Can you make them pay for the shot that they landed? That's a part of boxing. So the thing about it, I thought Andy Cruz looked great in that fight. I thought he looked great in that fight because he had to figure some things out. Dude
was bigger than him, awkward. Yeah. So
like, listen, and that was a quality of, to be honest with you, the guy that Cruz fought, that would be Abdullah Mason's best name.
Best opponent.
Facts.
Because dude could fight. The guy that he fought, I forget his name, but with nobody in the stands, they both went in there and did their job. And again, that's that learning curve. It's a curve.
Right.
We ain't seen Mason right at the curve. 15 fights in, he should have been around the curve, but you know, he right there at the curve. I got to see him get around that corner at the same speed.
Cruz got what, 6 fights, 7?
Cruz got like 5 fights, bro.
Yeah,
that was his 5th fight, bro.
5th?
And he ran into some danger early. Oh, he might be all right. Give him another one like that. He might just be all right, bro. I don't think he still has the physical edge. I'm still giving the physical edge to Mason in that fight, but that'd be a nice little clash. Yeah, that'd be it. But they definitely at different tracks, so I don't know if we'll see that fight. Maybe unless there's a belt on the line or a belt opportunity or something like that. But they definitely on different speeds right now. One has been one, you know, but one was amateur. You know, so you know how that goes.
A little more. Yeah, Cruz definitely in the left lane right now for sure.
Yeah.
Pennant said he said he does beat Guido. So let me follow that up. If you feel like he beats Guido, does he beat Johnny Rice?
Oh yeah, he destroys Johnny right now. Johnny ain't half of what he was 3 years ago. He beat the brakes off of Johnny Rice.
So now we're talking. So if he beats Guido and he beats Johnny Rice, so we're talking top 25. We're talking top
I'm
25.
I'm giving him top 15 because the heavyweights, it's a lot of names right now, a lot of international names. But as far as who's actually doing work in the ring and what they showing as far as boxing, don't just be big. That's cool. It's a lot of big dudes, but I'm talking about box. This dude can box, bro. He is a problem. I think he beats Herkovich right now. I think he beats Dubois right now. It's a few
Damn, you got
guys.
him beating Dubois right now? Wow.
Oh yeah, he will outbox Dubois because that'll be a nice little chess match. Dubois catch something that he won't see. This dude can box, bro.
I
He's
don't know if
like
I'm gonna say that.
damn, who I'm thinking. He's like I don't want to say a Pavlich, but what's the dude that James Toney knocked out? The when James was he won that title. Damn, what's that Russian dude named James Toney had knocked out,
Oh, you
and
talking
he was
about
losing
Vasily
that fight.
Jirov. You talking about Vasily
Yeah,
Jirov.
he's like a Jirov at heavyweight. And if you want a people style and ability in the ring, that's who he reminds me of.
So he said Jalalov versus Zhang or Bukoli.
I need to see a couple fights from him. I need a couple. I need to see a little bit more from him. That's kind of like Mason. You put Mason in a title fight. I'm not putting Joel off in a title fight. I'm saying he can box for a big guy.
Yeah,
I would
do Jalalov. I would look at a Guido. I would look at a Makhmedov type level.
I'm looking at a FA. I'm looking at Anderson. Right now? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, because FA is a real puncher. That's what I'm saying. I need this. Like, I think he beats a lot of guys that are big that can hit. FA is a natural puncher. So if he can avoid
Frank Sanchez.
Who?
Frank Sanchez.
Great fight. I don't know. That'll be a great boxing match right there.
Pennant, you might have
got a name there. You got a hidden star in the heavyweights right now, man. He over in the corner, ain't nobody looking at him, but he doing his thug thizzle as far as evolving in the sport. He got to get a shot though, for sure.
Yeah, Scotty 70 said Jalalov has been ironed out in the amateurs. So the thing about it, Scotty, like even a heavyweight that's in the amateurs, it really comes down to this. This is the base point to every heavyweight. And I remember Shane said this 2 weeks ago. He said the best chin is the one that doesn't get tested. Shane is correct outside of the heavyweight division. That shit don't work in the heavyweight division. You have to have some type of chin in the heavyweight division. Like you have to take some type of a shot.
So he's been knocked out.
Huh? He said he's been ironed out in the amateurs. I think he's
talking about. He's been knocked out.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm like, that happens. It happens.
Yeah, you get it out the way early.
Yeah, you get it out the way. You know what I'm saying? But in the heavyweight,
and peep this. He's not fighting those type of boxers at heavyweight. He can avoid a lot of those guys that really, quote unquote, got some natural boxing abilities and can apply it in a ring. And you young, you growing. You know what I mean?
If you're gonna have that happen, have it happen in the amateurs. Also, there's sparring sessions between a lot of guys where guys are getting smacked around and stuff like that.
They talking about Usyk got smacked around recently in sparring.
Yeah, they said Bukoli was giving Dubois crazy work, and I know one of the best not amateur fighters but sparring guys is David Price. They said he used to smack everybody around in sparring. It's just different levels to fighting. It's like, what do you do? Vlogs say this all the time. Like, what do you do when the lights come on? Them lights come on and them cameras is flashing. What are you doing? Like that's
your mama ringside, your baby mama ringside. Yeah,
right. What's gonna happen? You know what I mean? You get smacked in front of your baby moms, and it's like, well, how you gonna respond to that? Are you gonna stay disciplined? Or are you gonna go in there trying to start a war?
Yeah, true. Yeah, facts.
Listen, we gonna wrap it up right here, man. Like that was an hour 20 minutes strong. Definitely a good crowd in here for sure. We gonna do a roll call real quick. I ain't did a roll call in a minute. Pennant final comment. He said Jalalov versus Usyk would be a very good boxing match. See, the thing is, I don't even want to. There's so many other guys for Jalilov to fight. I don't even want to put him in the same sentence with Usyk. Like, I'm not even saying that you're wrong, but there's so many other guys we can match him up against, where we can find out where he's at. But yeah, I mean, it'd probably be a good chess match. But that's the
I mean,
last.
dude, let's just be honest, bro. Based on professional experience, not Jaloff's not there yet, bro. I mean, this dude has been cruiserweight world champ, undisputed heavyweight champ. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Region wise, I see the flags. Region wise, probably a great fight, but not level wise right now. No, let's not do that. No. And I like Jalilov. That's a guy been on my radar for about a year or two right now. So I definitely respect his game, but no. And salute to you too, my guy. You can definitely have your opinion.
Big shout out to Pennant, man. Definitely was cooking in here. Scotty 70. Who else we had up in here? We had Tommy Dukes. Big shout out to you, family. Boxing Talk up north. Let's see, Brennan Smith always in the building. Tony's Reviews, big shout out to you. Who else we had? Mark Nash was in the building, big shout out to him. In His Corner Podcast, big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend. Derek Wiltz was in the building. Blank Man was in the building. Who else we got? DM3 Entertainment was in the building as well. Big shout out to you guys, man. Definitely bought the heat today. For sure, you know what I mean. So we definitely got point, bro. Yeah. So now, right now, we got. I'm trying to think what we got coming up. Cards wise, I think we got a card on the 31st, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. We got some decent. We got some decent ones coming up, bro. We're gonna be running to the end of the year, and now we gotta get on that PBC just announced for November 2nd. So we gonna be nice coming into the holidays, bro. So. My channel gonna be active. I definitely will appreciate all the support you guys give me, man. Definitely drop them comments, man. I'm gonna hit you guys back and hit that like while you're in there, bro. I appreciate the support, man. I'm bringing some knowledgeable commentary when it comes to boxing, not like a fan-based commentary when you listen to me, bro. So,
ain't no fanboy commentary going on over here, man. Like straight up, you know what I'm saying? Vlog, give me your social media and all that good stuff, brother.
Man, on the gram, I'm at boxing the number 1 STVOLG, and I'm definitely on Threads. So follow me on Threads right now, man. I'm just slide over here, follow, man. I'm posting everything different, and definitely follow me on the tube, man. I'm popping videos up often. Got busy Friday before the fights. I couldn't post yesterday based on what ESPN did to me, so I apologize about being not able to cover the fights and really keep the channel rolling the way it's been the last week. Y'all see the numbers growing. Y'all jump in and keep it moving like that, and I appreciate it. On the YouTube, man, you know it's right there on the screen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all catch me all over the place, man. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, everything G5 Jeff TV, man. Definitely tap in. Definitely follow Vlog. Definitely follow Ty Finney, the legend. Make sure y'all tap with us on social media as well, man, because when we're not busy on the channel, that's where we're getting busy at. So you guys should be keeping in contact with us on a daily basis. We should be talking boxing every day, so you can reach out to us on any of the social medias. Vlog, drop a video, definitely get in that comment section, rock with him. As far as myself, any videos is going on, do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue the dialogue. We ain't gotta wait 7 days to talk to each other. You know what I mean? Vlog and I talk pretty much every day. We should be talking to y'all every day. Like that's pretty much how it should go. And if y'all have any topics or anything y'all want for us to touch on, anything that you want for Vlog to really touch on as far as like the Blunt Truth series, things like that, definitely get in contact with us. Let us know. If it makes sense, if it makes sense for us to do, you know what I mean? We'll definitely consider doing a special Blunt Truth series show, or just a video for you guys personally, if you just got a personal topic you want us to touch on. So definitely keep in contact with us, and we pretty much gonna go from there. So on behalf of Boxing First Vlog, your boy G5 Jeff TV, this was episode number 6 the Goodfellas Sunday Boxing Talk. We're gonna see y'all next Sunday.
Keep your gloves up. Stay in the fight.